Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins from the Marriage Recovery Center, and I want to talk to you about a problem that we are reluctant to talk about in our society, and it is sexual addiction. Specifically, I want to talk to you about the signs, the symptoms, and then thankfully the treatment of sexual addiction. Sexual addiction is rampant, though of course we don't talk much about it. It's rampant because it is so powerful. There's something about our sexuality that is gripping. It's easy to become addicted to different aspects of sexual acting out. What are we likely to see with sexual addictions? There are many varieties of sexual addiction, just as there are many varieties of alcohol addiction or drug addiction. With sexual addiction, it's not unusual for us to see someone engaged in compulsive masturbation or internet pornography, multiple affairs, very common, sexual acting out with affairs, use of prostitutes, engaging in social networking, Craigslist even, to find someone who will act out sexual fantasies with us. This behavior becomes addictive and it grows. And I don't have to tell you that it absolutely wreaks havoc in a relationship, in a sacred marriage. Let's talk about addiction and what addiction looks like. And there are many agreed upon steps. I want to give you 7 agreed upon steps, or 7 agreed upon criteria for sexual addiction. And these are of course things to watch out for in your relationship. Number 1 is the frequent engaging in a behavior to a greater degree or greater extent or a longer period of time than what was intended. If you check yes to that, you need to be very concerned. Number 2, a persistent desire for the behavior to stop or an effort to stop it unsuccessfully. I was talking to a young man recently who had engaged in all kinds of sexual acting out, and he had tried to stop it on his own, and he simply couldn't. It was too powerful for him. Number 3 is more time spent in the behavior and in the activity, engaging in it or recovering from the effects of it. So it's like a cancer. It grows and grows and grows. Number 4, a frequent preoccupation with the behavior or preparing for the behavior, which becomes ritualized. So there are patterns of these behaviors, and more time is spent thinking about them, and the more time you spend thinking about them, the more exciting it gets, and the more you start to take that risky behavior. Number 5, and this is so telltale, this one is very important, continuing in the behavior in spite of the social, marital, spiritual, physical, legal, financial effects. Continuing despite all the negative ramifications, riskier behavior, greater consequences, and yet continuing in it. Number 6, a need to increase the intensity and the frequency of the behavior in order to achieve the desired effect. The alcoholic needs more alcohol to get the high. The sexual addict needs something riskier, something more incredible to achieve the goals. And finally, a restlessness and irritability if they're not able to engage in this kind of behavior. Now, all of that's the bad news. What is the good news? The good news is there aren't just symptoms, there aren't just signs, there is treatment. The most important thing to understand about treatment is that you must intervene. If you do not, the behavior the sexual addiction will grow. Make no mistake about that. Don't kid yourself. While the sexual addict says, I won't do it again. I've got control over it. I know what I'm doing. Don't believe that. That's called denial. Don't believe that. It's denial. So, what is needed is an intervention. There are 3 aspects that I find to be crucial with an intervention. And again, remember, an intervention is the opposite of enabling. Enabling is when you turn your head, when you hope, when you wish, when you believe that, okay, everything's going to be fine. And it's not. 3 aspects to treatment. Number 1 is support. You must receive support. The addict, the alcoholic, anybody involved in addictive and compulsive behaviors has got to receive support. They need the experience, strength, and hope that meeting with some others who are struggling with the same issues can bring. You can't do this alone. We're only as sick as our secrets. So number 1, we've got to receive support. Number 2, we've got to receive counseling. Good old-fashioned, genuine counseling, where someone sits and helps you uncover your deep hurts and your pain and the issues that have occurred because of the addiction and were there before the addiction. All the pain that gets acted out through the addiction. And now, all of the ramifications from the addiction and the compulsive behavior. You need counseling. Okay? You need counseling. Number 3, this is critical, and that's accountability. There has to be accountability. You can't just say to your mate, hey, I promise I'll be good. I got a handle on it. No. No, no, no. There have to be hedges of protection. There have to be boundaries and barriers so that we don't hang around with the people that we used to hang around with. We don't go to the places we used to go to. We don't do the things we used to do. We're changing everything. We're changing it all up to get healthy, to get well. But we must have accountability. For a while, for a season, someone needs to look over our shoulder. Oh, yeah, I know that sounds parental, and you can look on it that way, but don't look on it that way. Accountability is good for all of us. And it's especially good for the sexual addict. So again, if you're ready to stop enabling this behavior and ready to change, then you're ready for an intervention. And the 3 aspects of an intervention are support, counseling, and accountability. We at the Marriage Recovery Center are here to help you. We specialize with sexual addictions, affairs, behaviors that have gone out of control and been destructive in your relationship. We'd like you to check us out on our website at marriagerecoverycenter.com. That's marriagerecoverycenter.com. And if you want to talk to me confidentially, call me for that confidential consultation at 360-490-5446. 360-490-5446. Send me an email at yourrelationshipdoctor@yahoo.com. I'd love to talk to you. Our team of specialized clinicians trained in this area, we want to help you. We want to help you to restore yourself, your sanity, and your marriage, your relationship. We hope you'll give us a call. Take care.